How you doing, everybody, and welcome to our coverage of the NFL meetings here in Orlando at ESPNMilwaukee.com and ESPNMadison.com, presented by Midwest Airlines, the best care in the air. Busy day here Monday at the Ritz-Carlton Grande Lakes. Spent some time with Mike McCarthy, spent some time with Ted Thompson, talked about a variety of different things, a couple of topics that we hit on in the blog that you might want to check out. One thing is the Packers still undecided on how they're going to vote on the overtime. Mike McCarthy hinting that I think he prefers the way things stand. I think he's also concerned about having a separate rule for the postseason as opposed to the regular season. Ted Thompson said he's still looking at it, still anxious to hear some of the presentations. Mike McCarthy said he is on the fence on that decision. Something he's not on the fence on is finding a better punter. And while Jeremy Capanos is no longer with the club, Mike McCarthy making it very clear that he feels very good about Australian import Chris Bryan and former Kentucky punter Tim Mastay. They have some decisions to make there. This is a position that has been a problem ever since they released John Ryan at the end of training camp in 2008 after he'd made the team and chose to take Derek Frost, who had been released by the Redskins. It is a position that they have had some confusion with, and they need to find an effective punter that they can count on for the entire season. Jeremy Capanos was clearly someone who Mike McCarthy was disappointed in 2009. A couple other topics that were addressed. Ted Thompson talked about the importance of finding replacements or heirs apparent, as we like to call them, for Mark Tauscher and Chad Clifton. They're very excited about having both those guys back, having Tauscher for an entire offseason as opposed to last year where he was coming off the knee injury and didn't sign with the team until October 12th. But they still don't have clear-cut replacements for either of those players should they suffer injuries as they're both approaching their mid-30s or once their careers do end. Tauscher with a 2-year deal, Clifton with a 3-year deal to return, but who knows how long each of those guys will last. They turned 34 and 33 in June, respectively. To me, the most interesting situation that's developing, though, with the Packers is this is a team that has the potential to be a really good team next year, and both Mike McCarthy and Ted Thompson talked about not only the importance of getting back Tauscher and Clifton and Nick Collins and Ryan Pickett, but in rebuilding the chemistry, which they felt was very good last year, and just rebuilding the team. That past success last season, winning 7 of their last 8, making the playoffs, does not necessarily guarantee success in 2010. But they've got some of those pieces back. Aaron Rodgers is a year more experienced. Their offense should be better. And their defense, which finished ranked 2nd in the league overall and 1st against the run, needs to improve against the pass. That was one of the things that Mike McCarthy talked about when we spoke with him today. The importance of getting the pass defense, which finished ranked 5th, but they have to be better in some of those shootout games that they had with Pittsburgh, the 2 games that Brett Favre had so much success against them, and then obviously the playoff loss against the Cardinals in Arizona that ended their season. Tomorrow we have the AFC coaches who will have their media breakfast at 7:15 Eastern Time, pretty early start, and then Mike McCarthy and the NFC coaches will be on Wednesday. So if you have questions that you would like to suggest get asked at breakfast with Mike McCarthy, you can submit those or your Wildy's mailbox questions either via email at jwildy@espnwisconsin.com, or if you can do it in 140 characters or less, you can do it via Twitter. Either way, that's it for today, and we'll check in with you again tomorrow here from the Ritz-Carlton. Thanks for tuning in.